I often get the question on my YouTube channel, Nick, why don't you use take profits on your trades? Some of you guys who have been watching my channel for a while know that I like to put up videos of me actually trading. So I'll put out my live trading videos and share trades that I'm actually partaking in the markets. And a lot of times I don't actually have a take profit on my trade. So in this video, I'm going to talk about why that is, why I prefer to not use a take profit, and what I do instead. So we'll switch over to the chart here for a second, and I want to show you just something about the Forex market. I want to encourage you just to think about this. Okay, so if you're looking at this chart, right, you're looking at, this is the AUD USD, so the Aussie against the US dollar, and what you'll notice is that it's just like any other currency pair. It moves up, it moves down, it moves around, but I want to talk about a specific sort of type of instance in the chart. Let's say that you were looking at this last several days, just because it's been so interesting. You can see that we had this major downtrend in the market, followed by a major uptrend. What these are very strong, prevalent trends coming into the market. And my goal as a trader, just from a bird's eye view, is I'm saying, how do I catch the most of these moves when they occur? Because these are the moves where you really make the money, right? If you're going to be making any money in Forex, in my opinion, the best way to do that is to find a way to position yourself to catch massive trends that occur in the markets, whether they be uptrends or downtrends. How do we actually ride those trends to completion? Do you, short here and then just cover right here? Or should you short here and try and cover somewhere down here? Obviously, you should try and cover down here. But what's going to keep you into a trade that goes all this way, right? That is the golden question. Well, the answer for me, it is not a perfect answer by any means or any stretch of the imagination. The best answer for me is to trail stops. So instead of putting a specific take profit on my trades, what I personally like to do is I like to get into a market, get my feet wet in it, and basically put a stop loss on my trade in case I'm wrong. And if I'm right, let the trade run. So for example, we'll go back to this idea here. Let's say that you decided you wanted to short this market. So you took your position, and sure enough, you've got a great trade going in your favor. You put your stop loss in there. You say, okay, I'll put a 3-to-1 on this trade, and bam, I'm looking for that 3-to-1. Well, in this case, look at what happened. You got into the market. Great. You even made some money. That's awesome. And of course, you can always play the hindsight game. You can always say, oh, I should have gotten out or I should have stayed in. But for me, like I mentioned, the best way for me to make money, the best edge that I have in my trading, is to find ways to stay involved in these really impressive trends when they decide to occur. So for me, what that means is that if I got into this short position and I saw this trade go in my favor, I don't have in my mind some amount of money that I'm just trying to take out of the market. Instead, I leave it unlimited. So let me show you something. Let's say that on this trade, I didn't put a stop loss, a take profit, right? And let's say that I risked $100 on the trade to the upside, right? So the worst case scenario is I walk out of this position with a $100 loss, right? But then the market goes in my favor. If you look at this, if we don't have a take profit, what is the theoretical outcome of this trade? What's the max amount of money that we could make? Is it 100? Is it 200? Is it 300? Is it 500? Is it 1,000? Is it 5,000? No, it's actually way more. It's actually infinity. If you think about this, if we don't have a take profit on our trade, we never cap the wins that we possibly could make in the markets. Theoretically, much easier said than done, our possible upside is infinity dollars. We could keep seeing this market drop unlimited. Well, I guess not technically unlimited, but basically for our purposes here, dramatically lower than risking this $100, right? So worst case, we lose 100. The most we can make is tens and thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, right? So to me, I like those situations. I like trying to position myself to get in those crazy trades. And for me as a trader, my best trades ever have been like this. They've been these ridiculous scenarios where I take a sell trade, I put a stop loss on my position, and I watch it run and run and run and keep running, and eventually I get stopped out. Now that's where the trailing stop comes in. So what I will do also is I'll say, okay, I sell this market. I do want to start locking in locking in the trade as things go along. So again, if this market went in my favor, maybe I start to move my stop loss up to break even. If price keeps going in my favor, I look to trail behind structure. Maybe I'm putting a stop loss up to here to lock in some profit. Price keeps going. Okay, now I'm looking to put stop loss, into profit. And then finally, price rolls back up, and then I am out of the trade for a profit. That's my ideal situation. It does not always work like this. It is not always great. It reduces your win rate. It's very annoying sometimes. It's frustrating, and it's not always the best way to play the market. But it's what works for me. It's what's worked for me for a long time, and it is how I approach the Forex market. Now, I'm not saying that this is the only way to make money. This is not, I'm better than you for trading this way. Plenty of people use take profits and do just fine with it. But again, this is the reasoning behind my personal approach to trading. I don't like to use a take profit because I would much prefer to say, let's just say I did catch this crazy trade. I didn't, but let's just assume and I'll pretend that I did, right? And let's say I put my stop loss on the trade, price went in my favor, and I'm just sitting in a beautiful winner here and letting this thing run. Because again, when it comes to markets, sometimes you get these crazy trends, and what seems too high can just keep going, and what seems too low can just keep going. What if we, instead of holding on to losers, which is my sort of favorite way of thinking of this, a lot of new traders, myself included, I would hold on to losers with a vengeance, right? If I was short down here, I would hold, and then that could end up leading to a blown account or worse, right? However, what if we did the exact opposite? What if we bought and we so stubbornly held held on to these positions until they become ginormous profits? That's the whole idea for me in my trading approach. I don't like to cap my wins. I like to cap my losses. And that is my sort of my best approach to explaining why I don't use a strict take profit. I get crap for it all the time on my trading videos because people say, oh, you should have taken a profit off the table. You should have taken partials. You should have locked your stop loss in further, right? I get those sort of comments on my trading videos because again, hindsight is 20/20. But for me to catch these trends, I have to be willing to endure those annoying situations where I get stopped out for break even or I take much less profit. And that's the trade-off. You don't get to catch these moves pain-free. You have to put in the work and deal with the times where you just get break-even trades and frustrating situations. And that is the nature of this market. But again, every once in a while, it really pays out to not use a stop loss, not use a take profit, and to instead just keep a stop loss on the trade and to trail it into profit. That's my reasoning, guys. I hope that was helpful to you. If you are new to my channel, I do want to ask you, make sure to subscribe. We've trying to grow this channel. We're just hitting 250,000 subscribers, or we're at least getting close. And I would really appreciate if you help the channel continue to grow and to continue to share free trading content by clicking that subscribe button down below. And if you enjoyed this video specifically, hit that like button. And again, we'll see you back in the next videos. Appreciate you guys. See you next time.